Alright, we're back, guys. We're back. My
Well, thank you
camera.
so much,
It's
Pete.
a long video.
Entertaining as
It's a
always.
long. It was. It's a
Appreciate you
long
for
video,
joining us,
so
man.
it makes
Thank
sense why
you. Thanks for having me.
my
And
video cut off.
keep
So
up the good work.
All
This is
right,
awesome.
thank
my
you.
video
All
cut off.
right, we're
So
gonna throw it back to
yeah,
Jay.
we're,
Party, come on,
we
Jay.
back.
Party, tell us
We're
where
back
we
where we were.
are.
All
So this
right,
is
my
part
friends,
2.
we are back. Creek, always a pleasure to see you. I hope we hang out again soon. But folks, we're going to keep things moving.
We're about like almost an hour until we're done here.
Elimination
Less than an hour. Less than an hour.
Win twice, you're in. Lose twice, and you are out. And all 4 players will play both Driving Empire and Rivals. So you'll be getting some driving and some shooting in.
Okay, so driving Empire's next game. Okay,
All right,
interesting.
folks, get ready for some adrenaline-pumping racing action, because Driving Empire is going to start our round off with the final round of 4.
Driving Empire. There are 2 matches in a 1 versus 1 format. Whoever crosses the finish line first wins. All 4 contestants will advance to the next game.
2 matches. Okay, so I'll go over to the next match.
All right, we're in for Driving Empire, folks. How
So,
familiar are you with
alright,
Driving
I'll sing one song.
Empire? What are you driving in
3 of
your
my
life?
opponents. So 3 of the people I was rooting for got out. 3 of them. Literally 3 of them. So I'll sing one song. True say I want and I
I don't have a car
need
in real life, but
to
I
let
played Driving
go.
Empire a fair
Use
bit. It's
my
really fun game. It's
time
cool. It's
to be
one of those kind of special games. You have
free.
a ton of licensed cars. You have a ton of options to choose from. Today, all our contestants are going to
Here
be
we go.
rocking the same vehicle to put us on a
There we
level
go.
playing field.
There
But
it
it's
is.
definitely an intense one. Going head to head in a race against one other contestant. You make one mistake. You turn slightly too much into a corner. You collide with one thing, and that could set you back for this entire race. And no one's going to be eliminated in Driving Empire, but if you lose Driving Empire, you lose your opportunity to be the undefeated player into the $1 million round, which is an absolutely huge advantage there.
All right, let's check out some shots and remind the folks at home who exactly is in this Final Four competition. And here they are. We have rearranged the studio. You're seeing Shafe and Roby here. Roby coming off an intense win.
Shave, my boy Shave. I'm rooting for Shave.
Finalist here. Exciting stuff. I know Shafe's had a bit of a break now. He's been able to breathe, collect his thoughts. Here we are in the new studio, thinking things out, getting set up in the game. It's exciting stuff. I know, yeah, Roby, a big fan from the chat out there.
I wonder. I feel like Terabyte Games will be a better player at doors than the what's her name? The other girl's name. I think her name is Have. Is that her name? Have or Have? Hay or Have? Her other friend that was just on screen. But I feel like Terabyte Games would be Sabrina would be a lot better outdoors than her. Honestly, I'm being honest. I think Sabrina Bright would be much better outdoors. Honestly.
I see him doing some good work in the next few rounds.
All right. We'll see if that momentum can keep him moving forward or if the pause will be too much. Anyway, it's time to get things going. We're moving into Driving Empire. Let's kick things off with
Katie,
our first
is
round.
her name
Let's see who the
Katie?
top
Katie,
two
I think
racers
that's
are
her
again.
that's her
This is
name.
a 1v1 race. We'll both be driving the 2024 GT Mark II around an exciting track, and there will be no collision on.
All right,
Truly a time trial
Here we go.
against one other player.
Be right back.
Who's on top.
Alright, so it's like Dudu won the first round Driving Empire. We'll watch next round because I want to see Shave win. I want to see my boy Shave win Driving Empire.
As we're mentioning, though, means when he heads into Rivals, he'll have 2 matches and 2 opportunities to qualify.
Yeah, definitely. And I was just taking a look at the chat here while you were talking. We put up a vote on who will win this round, and it looks like the fans were supporting Roby. So hopefully he makes his comeback going into Rivals.
Well, we appreciate his drama. All right, 1 match down and 1 more to go. Coming up next, we've got Antaral and Shape.
Shave, let's go.
Orange and gray car.
So I'll sing next song. I'll sing next song. I'll sing the next song. I like this. I don't like that. Do this here. Don't you do that. There you go. There you go. That's 2. Hey, one more. One more.
No initial mistakes from either player. Coming into this first bank, this is where we see the people going a little too quick, hit this rock wall, and take a huge loss. But no, clean for both of them.
Very nice cornering from Antarel, the player with the most Roblox experience. 16 years since he first played a game on the platform. Still looking strong in this one.
Yeah, they've come a long way, I'm sure, from what his first game was that first week of the platform. But hey, still going strong.
No one's electing to take that wrench.
Oh, there was a crash there. I think Shafe might have just fallen, or Antarel, that is, might have just fallen behind. Yeah,
wow.
Antarel had the opportunity, and unfortunately, he falls into a trail position here.
Yeah, huge mistake there. Flies off the course and loses a ton of time. But that's what shows you it's still anyone's game within this race. Yeah, he's going to need those shortcuts. Now's the time to put it all on the line and just take every shortcut you can.
Shafe, he had a job opportunity in New York City. He put off his orientation for that job to take the risk. Come here, compete for $1 million. Strulik putting important things in his life on hold to put it all out there for us. And at least thus far, getting rewarded. We're heading towards the final lap, and it's still a good lead for Shafe, but one mistake, and Antrell will be right on him.
That was a great backstory. That almost had me in tears.
Well, so far looking like a good choice as he is in the top 4, and that $1 million signing bonus could be a thing. Although for now, this race is looking a little rough as he still falls further behind here. Shafe has taken a dramatic lead. We'll see if he crashes. That's kind of what he's relying on at this point as he comes through one of the final banks here before the straightaway across the bridge, and that is a good high-speed moment for them.
We're coming up towards the final corners, and Shafe, he hasn't made a mistake
Come
yet. No
on.
problem.
Yes, Shave! Shave!
He clears that.
Into the water. He hits the final checkpoint, and Shafe wins his round. He'll face up against Dudadud in the 1-0 game when we head over to Rivals. It really goes to show that in Driving Empire, one mistake, that's all it takes to lose out. Antrell was looking great, but crashes once and he's out.
Yeah, I mean, how long did each lap take? Like under a minute?
Yeah, that's a
Very
fast
fast
game.
pace.
Time to catch up.
You know, in true racing style, we appreciate the Driving Empire folks. But hey, I think it's time to check out this leaderboard and see the results of this match.
And there it is. Shafe with a win. Dudadud undefeated as well. So Roby and Antrell, they'll be facing elimination in Rivals.
An exciting game. Roby, keeping it dramatic as always. We'll see you can do it. Antrell, the defensive player of the early game soccer, come through here in the shooters. We'll see if he can keep it going.
I think every viewer is foaming at the mouth to watch Rivals coming up next.
Hey, but first, let's check in with our correspondents, Team All-Stars. Geesh and Sabrina, what's going on, you two?
Oh my gosh. I need to catch my breath. That was some high speed, high stakes racing. Sabrina, what did we just witness?
We witnessed some intense racing. I thought that, like, at first it was going to be really close, and then at the very end, like, Shafe got really in front.
Yeah. It seemed like it kind of happened that way with both races, too.
They were just neck and neck for, like, most of it until the very end.
Right, because you figure the first race, you had, who did we have? Dud and Roby, which I was really sad to see them go against each other because I wanted to see them go a little further together. But, excuse me, y'all. You know, I kind of been watching both of them, and, you know, they've both exhibited such high skill level as it's come to all of these games. And we even talked about with Creek, you know, who did we think would have more of the advantage when it came to the racing game? And then we had, you know, Roby with the maneuvering, and then we had
Off the
Antrell.
edge, like, going off the edge and, like, doing the really quick turnaround.
Right.
It was, like, pretty... It looks like they practiced that map a lot.
Right. And then also Antrell with Blade Ball, you know, being so quick on the draw and, you know, just that same, you know, level of maneuvering. And both of them got beat.
Yep.
I didn't see that coming. I mean, shout out to you guys. You did it. You know, you did the thing. But, you
And
know.
some of them still have chances, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty fun to see how this goes moving into Rivals now because, you know, you still, with that, at this point, you got to have, like, actual skill. You have to have, you know, game IQ. You got to have the quick reflexes. You got to have, you know, the movement, you know, you got to be quick, you know. So
I'm not good at that.
I'm not either. That's why.
That's why I'm not in the top 10.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
I got a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done some interesting brand collabs in this game. Which one are you most impressed with? McLaren, Porsche, or NASCAR?
Ooh, honestly, I'm impressed. I'm super impressed that anybody could get McLaren on board. You know what I'm saying? That's really dope. So yeah, I think that's I'd have to say that one.
Okay. Well, we're gonna give it right back to J Party and look at the score.
All right. Thank you, and welcome back to our competition here. Things are just heating up, and we're going to get this next round underway, folks. So, if I understand correctly, coming up, it's going to be the intense elimination matches happening on Rivals. Mimi, what do you think?
I mean, I just think that was such a good time to start already in Driving Empire. But Rivals was the match that I was the most excited to get into here. I think this is going to be just a true test of reactions, of game knowledge, and the way that you position. There's a lot to think about when you're going into Rivals.
Well, yeah, in my personal opinion as well, 1v1 in a first-person shooter is the true test to see a gamer's true skill. So definitely very excited to see that.
Great, folks. Well, Dudadud and Shafe are 1 win away from advancing. If you thought things were already intense, get ready, because Rivals is coming up next.
Game 7, Rivals. There are 3 matches
All right,
in a
your
1
matches.
versus 1 format. Contestants must choose their weapon
Choose a weapon,
and
then
kill
kill
their
it.
opponent to win. 2 contestants will advance to the final $1 million round.
Here we go, our first match of Rivals, where we will find out our first contestant making it to the $1 million round. It's Dudadud and Shafe taking stage. Let's hop into our first match here. When we're talking about Rivals, guys, there's really a lot to think about. I think first and foremost, as the players are working through it now, is the item bans. You can choose what map you're going to, what weapons you're taking away, and try and strategize early on.
Right, yeah. I mean, not just aiming and reaction time, but gun selection is very key to the in a 1v1s.
Yeah, it absolutely is. He's going to go over and get ready to receive our winner who makes it to that top 2.
You're leaving us.
We're going to be finding out. I mean, he's got a grip whoever wins this round, but it's first
Alright.
to 5. Our map
He
is
slept, okay?
selected, and we are just about ready to go.
All right.
Ranterell,
We're
the
here.
most experienced
Rivals.
member
We're getting
on
close,
the
guys.
stage
We are
today.
less
Unfortunately,
than
that ends
50
his
minutes. Less than 50 minutes
competition.
until
He
we
had
know
his
who the winner
moments.
is.
He almost brought it back, but today, Ranterell has to walk
Maybe
home
less than 40
empty-handed.
minutes.
Let's hear it for him, though. He definitely had skill on display. He really showed his worth in blade battles, qualifying through early off of that. A player who put a lot out onto that field
Salute.
today.
Keep your chin up, pal. Well done.
Would love to see him competing again sometime, but today, unfortunately, it comes down to seconds. It comes down to 1 round, and he will not be moving on.
All right,
It
I
was
think,
a
think,
very,
all right, I
very
think we're good,
close
right?
call. I'm still pumped.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to be as well if you're the player who made it through. Roby here, he has another game to play, and
Well,
it's going to be against another competitor.
yeah, this is it, folks. Last chance for Dudadud and Roby. Who will move on to compete for $1 million, and who will be going home? Give us your answers in the chat.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they say. I think Roby is, you got to look at him as a strong competitor, especially, I think he showed great precision at range, the way he was beaming with that AR, but in the close quarters fights, wasn't quite as strong. Dudadud, however, the biggest thing I'm looking at is a weapon change. Frankly, I don't think the minigun really cuts it against a strong AR player.
I
'Cause
totally agree.
if I'm going up against the minigun and I'm Roby, I want to play a longer range map, and I want to just use the advantage of that weapon.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, maybe Dudadud likes to ban the assault rifle, seeing how great Roby is.
Honestly,
That
it
could
would
be
be a
part of his strategy.
good call, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Of course, they're getting into the game now. It looks like they're starting to go through their bans. And it looks like we're going to be going to a little different map, Station. Talk to me about how this plays versus the other maps in the competitive pool.
Station, to me, is it going to be Station?
Oh, I
Right.
apologize. It's actually Docks.
All right, I'll sing one song.
Another one that's massive, a
All
lot
right,
of
here's
cover,
another
a lot
one.
of
The
build,
last
pick
one.
it up,
Last one, guys.
Yeah,
Last
you know
one
what?
for now.
Docs is definitely one of
I've
the
been
fan
looking for a
favorites, so
muse,
great
needing a
map to
persona.
end this last
Put
round
your
on.
picture
Yeah,
on the
like you
wall.
said, a
You
lot
my
of cover,
new
a lot of
Madonna.
building, so
Sorry, darn
map
it. I've
knowledge
been
and
down
movement
for a
will be
couple
key. Staying
songs.
on the high ground.
Falling back in
Very
the
And
crowd.
look at this
Didn't think
pivot.
about my
Dudadud is
mama.
moving to the classic
There
AR
we go.
revolver. I think that's a good choice.
Great change in strategy. And the sniper
Roby's going
rifle.
for the sniper. He's staking his chance at $1 million
Wow.
on a new weapon.
Let me actually finish
It's a
really quick.
game about movement and avoiding that sniper.
That's
and so
better.
Dudadud will see that glint. He'll 80-80 strafe his way on through and deal a lot of damage to start.
Ow.
I mean, I believe Roby, with his accuracy, the sniper rifle could be a good choice here.
Could be. Revolver always in his back pocket. It's a bit more cumbersome than the other weapons in the game. And
All right,
I
if
love
there's,
this. He's
if
playing
I
to
have to
his
pick
advantage.
who
He's
I want to win this one,
range to his opponent with the sniper.
who I want to win,
And Roby,
because I'm rooting for
last round,
Shea, but it's
Shays,
one more person I want to
but
root
this
for.
time, decided
For
to stay on the
50-50,
rooftop and not
one
play
more
too
person I want to root
aggressive
for.
with the sniper rifle. Definitely the right
Roby or
You see the clock at the top of the screen.
Dude.
That runs out.
Yeah.
What's going to happen then?
I have no idea.
It is actually so rare that it happens in Rivals. I believe
I don't
that
know.
should be the player with the more health winning that. We'll see if we get there. It's kind of a rarity to see Rivals actually play this slowly.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't get to that
Close
point.
range revolver. How does he win it? That's the sidearm coming up on top for Roby.
Wow, very impressive.
I'm astounded. True precision from him.
And looks like the votes are in. Over 3,000 votes. 77% going towards Roby for winning this final match. Let's see if he can pull off.
He nearly hit that midair. And it's almost devolving into a bit of a game of chicken.
Yeah, Dada need to stay undercover and try to move closer towards Roby. But that revolver shot is also very deadly, so he still needs to be careful.
The dash with the melee weapon equipped as well is a powerful tool to reposition into ways your opponent may not expect. Da-da-da. He's just vying for information here, jiggling in and out of every corner. He spots out his opponent. Dips away. Does Roby go in for the kill? Does he want the hunt here? He does. Close in, trying to switch to his weapon. He's got nothing out.
Oh.
And he loses this round. Game tied again.
Alright, I think I might go for...
I think he was trying to throw a grenade. He thought he had more space, but then got kind of caught off guard and it looked like almost panicked a little bit with the util.
Yeah, it is always dangerous to play so aggressive with a sniper, so... Looks like he completed some tasks there.
Yeah, thus far he has not hit a shot with the sniper, but he lands one. 70 damage onto Dada. But of course he needs more than just that. The damage is good. Beaming him down, switch the revolver. They're both on the secondaries, and Dada takes the lead.
All three gunfights have been close quarters.
I might have to go with Dude. I might go for Dude.
I believe you're locked in once you choose.
Oh, you can't change now. Oh, wow.
Well, he is committed to that sniper.
Wow.
He made his bet. He has to lie in it now, and whether that's one that'll bring him to the $1 million round or send him home empty-handed, could it be the revolver to do it? Good utility with the molly, trying to find it. Dada wins out in the duel of the secondaries, and he's up 3-1.
Oh man, but if we know anything about Roby, he could pull off some miracles with comebacks, so I would not be surprised at all.
He was in the pole position last game. Nearly let it slip.
Great
He closed it out.
Deciding to not stay in the high ground this time.
Yeah, Dada staying inside these buildings. He knows his advantage.
Yeah, it's so silent in this room. I feel like I could hear a pin drop. It's so intense.
And you look over at the competitors. They are so locked
in.
They know what's at stake. If you were one of these competitors that made it within a hair's breadth of qualifying.
What was that?
I think
You got a hit marker on that.
I believe that gives you one when you do break that. Not sure though. Could have even been a connection onto one of the barrels. Definitely wasn't onto Roby. He's still sitting at full health. Where is he though? They're both inside of buildings here. Bit of a slower game yet again.
30 seconds left.
Making a lot of steps here. Roby on high, revolver in hand. Down below, quick scope in, doesn't connect the shot.
So
and now with a lower bit of health, he has to win it out practically with just a revolver. But Dada's got the same. It's going to be a standoff between these cowboys. Roby chasing down his opposition.
Ooh.
Revolver in hand, the lower HP, and the time, that runs out.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that means with lower health, Roby loses the round and he's facing down the barrel of match point.
Smart move by Dada there, knowing that the time was running out.
I kind of want Roby to win because I know Roby.
To not get hit by Roby.
A chance. Another shot connecting. He needs another though, and he's whipping out. Needs to find this connection. Third chance. Third miss. A fourth going wide as well. Now the big iron on his hip. It'll have to do. Both players locked into the revolvers. Dada this time can't rely on the time. He's sitting with lower health. He's trying to just find anything at range here. There's a connection. More damage to even the score. A second shot landing as well. It'll bring things a bit closer. Roby on 1 HP. His life in his hands, but his opportunity missed.
That was so close.
His fourth shot with the sniper miss. He needs precision if he wants a chance at $1 million. Just barely spotting his opponent. Dada not giving him an inch. Playing off this time.
Yeah, he could also play it safe here.
Okay.
Yeah, bounced into the air. He knows he's off the HP advantage, and Roby, with lower health, he has to make the play. The onus is on him. His life, it's in his hands. And this game will be decided in the next 20 seconds. A game practically of hide and seek at this point. And where's he gone? Dada, he's hiding. He's locked in towards the shipping container. He knows what's happening.
He knows what he's doing.
Roby, it's desperation. He's running. He's trying to find his opponent, but there's just no
Mm.
time.
The time is
I kind of want
up.
Roby to win, but I went for Doodad. No, I really want Roby to win.
Progressing to the
Honestly, I really want Roby to win.
Incredible. Very strategic.
Doodad is good at all, but I know
Relying a lot on
Roby.
his smarts
I
this
know
time
him,
rather
so.
than his gun skills.
And for Roby, I think
Well, I know him for a long time, but I know him in the event. So I mean, that's what I mean. Or what I meant.
it did not pay off today.
So.
Yeah, I wonder if he
Alright, I'll
regrets
sing
that
another
decision,
song.
maybe even
I
ask
will
him later.
sing
I imagine it's,
another
something he's thinking
song.
about for a fair bit of time. For Dada, though, I think he learned his lessons from the weapon selection mistakes in the first one. As we look at our final leaderboard from the round of 4, we of course get our 2 players into
Well,
the
Rip.
1
We'll see
million
who if he's
dollar
eliminated. We'll
round.
see if
It's
Roby's
Dada,
eliminated.
the
But I'm still rooting for
lowest
Shrey.
seed, and
For Shave.
undefeated, coming through the upper bracket with his opportunity to win in the Tower of Hell. Truly, truly incredible stuff from them. But unfortunately, that of course means that we are sending another competitor home. For Roby, he had a great rally in those
Yeah,
final few rounds.
Roby. I also want to
but
root for
today,
him.
in
If I
Rivals,
know him
it
during
was
the
not
event.
his day. And, well, he had a great showing. He'll head
Roby.
home without
Rip.
his million.
Sad to see a fellow fan of LeBron James go, but I was rooting for him.
Me
Very
too, man. I was
unfortunate.
rooting for Roby.
Close
Like,
showing
I
from
mean, I wasn't
him.
rooting the whole game, but like towards the end, I was like,
That'll
man, I kind of root for
how these
Roby because I actually
competitions
didn't
go
know
for
him during
each
the
other.
event.
Just a round or two, one
But like, why would you
decision
pick the
makes the
sniper?
difference.
Like,
And
that's the
honestly,
big.
it sets us up for such an incredible look ahead
Alright.
towards the Tower of Hell. What a match we have on our hands.
That's right. And with Shafe finishing Rivals and Driving Empire 2-0, explain to us how that sets him up for going into the Obby.
Yeah, so that means that if he wins once, he wins the $1 million. But if Dada wants to win, because he's coming from the lower, he would have to win twice in a row here. So definitely a tough one there. But we're going to reset. We're going to head our way into the Obby in just a minute. And for the moment, let's go ahead and check in with our correspondents, Geach and Sabrina.
Take it away.
That was unbelievable. Everyone was literally running for their lives. It got me thinking, do I seem like a grenade launcher or a chainsaw type of person?
I don't know. I feel like, obviously grenade launcher would be a great choice, right? For safety. But with the jacket and the hair, I feel like to see the chainsaw, it would just like perfectly tie it all in together. That would
That's
be
a really
look.
good answer. I do like grenades though.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
definitely grenade launcher.
I love just throwing grenades everywhere.
You do that for like
in
in
any
your free time?
any FPS game, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you just.
No, not in my free time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, girl, what type of life are you living? What about me? What do I get? What's my energy? Am I
Chainsaw.
chainsaw?
Yeah.
What about me gives chainsaw? I'm curious.
I don't know. You're independent, and I feel like independent people have chainsaws, and scared people have grenades.
I appreciate that. So let's talk about this match. These last couple of matches. Oh my gosh. I'm speechless, obviously.
You were screaming.
Maybe I'm just out of.
Literally, she was screaming. We were on the edge of our seat. That was so close. Like, all those different rounds, we were, like, screaming at it.
I mean, yeah, there was
Except the last one.
Well, yeah, I cried a little bit.
Yeah, last one we were just sad.
I definitely shed a tear or two,
And happy at the same time.
Little thug tear. But I gotta say, like, it was really, really exciting to watch Antarel's match because it was so close. It literally came down to like the very last second.
Yeah.
It was so exciting, but it's like, man,
The match that was back and forth and they just kept like tying up. That's why I was screaming.
Yes, well,
yeah, I didn't expect it to be that close.
Right. And then I gotta say too, watching Dud get the chance to compete again against Roby. I didn't know what to expect because obviously Shape was a tough contender from the beginning. Like Shape did not come to play at all. That was that. He knew this is mine. Y'all can go on and just like it was fun for him. Like, oh yeah, I'll play your game. Just to give you guys
very impressive.
to give you guys some content. That since that's what you want. But watching Dud go up against Roby, it was almost kind of heartbreaking. Like watching my 2 children fight or something. Because it's like
Those are the ones you're rooting for? The competitors?
They touched my heart. They found the softest spot right here in the beginning. And it's like watching the kind of underdog story. Well, not necessarily for Dud, because Dud was one of the first ones to blaze. But then, we sat here with him, and he was just so happy and confident, and it felt like, he was like, yes, this is mine. And he did say, I'm not worried about these guys moving forward. This is easy. And he, you know, I won't say he proved it.
Definitely tough. It's a tough position to be in.
He definitely worked for that.
And then it was gone.
Yeah, watching Roby, oh my
This
gosh.
is brutal.
But you know, personally, I just would not have picked a sniper for that map. Did you get to see the map
Snipers
first?
are, like, if you're good with it, though, they're pretty OP.
I think the problem though is that map was just way too
It was
big.
big for two people.
Right, it's
Yeah.
huge for two people, and then you also have a sniper. But it's like, you know, Dead kind of took advantage of all of those closed-in spaces. You know, just kind of like Mimi said, you know, it's a game of hide and seek at this point.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just to get, you know, that close, ooh, oh gosh, you know, I just want to go give Roby a hug.
Aww.
My feelings, my heart.
Okay, I got a question here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Rivals is fast. What's your secret to staying cool in high stress rounds?
Oh, well, that's my secret, Sabrina. I'm always stressed. See
Well-
how that works? I have no problem. You know, I can do this because I am this. You
So,
see?
like, how do you stay cool?
I just, you know, pretend that, you know, I'm just in the kitchen or something, you know, about food.
Okay,
You know?
well, with that said,
All right, we're going to throw it back to you, Jay Party. We're going to finish this up.
All right, my friends, I have returned. And what a journey it's been hanging out with some of our contestants, getting a first-hand perspective on the final eliminations. What a fun thing. Anyway, congrats to Shape and Dudadud. They are the last two contestants standing. But who will fall? This is what it's all about, my friends. It is time for the $1 million round.
Here we go! $1 million round! The final game!
The aptly named Tower of Hell. It's gonna be
Game
epic.
8, Tower of Hell. The rules are simple. Climb as high as possible. Whoever
One
gets
match,
to the
that's
top
it.
first
Just one
or
match.
climbs the highest wins. But if an undefeated contestant loses the first match, a second will be played. Ultimately, the winner takes all.
Here we go. We're less than 30 minutes, probably less than 20 minutes, honestly, till the Hunt 2 event is officially over.
We will count that score that encourages forward momentum in our players in a non-stop neck-and-neck race to the top.
Absolutely, and of course it's also going to be an advantage coming in for Shafe as that upper round undefeated player. He only has to win once, but if Dudadud is to take this home, he would have to win, reset the bracket, and going into an even match, win it out again. A big task for him. We already saw a great comeback in Rivals, winning that second game after getting trounced in his opener.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the odds are stacked against him, but clearly he's able to make these epic comebacks. And like you said, everybody having extensive experience in these Tower of Hell.
Yeah, I gotta say, NU is really good at this, like being like a
Well, it
commentator.
looks like we are ready to go. We started with 10 contestants to get into this one. Shafe, Dudadud, they're the only two left here. They're just getting in, making the final preparations to arrive. For these two young men, the pressure is truly on. When you're playing through this, it kind of felt too
Alright, I'm waiting for
real.
Shave.
Still a
Shave,
field in front
you're my
of you
guy.
now.
You joined,
Only one
you joined in
player on the
2016.
other side.
I joined in 2016.
He's stopping from a million.
I think he's.
I know, this is it.
I'm rooting for you,
Millions
Shade.
have tried to have a shot at the
He's. I think I can tell he's definitely in his early 20s. I think
This
in his early
competition has
20s,
been won
100%.
for the ages. This is a double elimination, as you remember. So, if Dudadud can win this, there'll be an extended set. But Shape can take the money on this race right through the heart of Tower of Hell. And actually, we have a little quick, exciting announcement for you all. A game that has not seen an update in quite so long, guess what? Has released a brand new Tower Portions update, greatly increasing the difficulty of this competition just as a little gift for our final two. They've not seen it. The world has not seen it. This is a brand new update. And I will say, I've seen the practice rounds. These guys are experts, and I think they need this. This is going to be a true epic race.
All right, let's see what we got.
Choice there.
All right, here is the final game, Tower of Heck.
Appreciate this gift and seeing that it is much harder than it used to be.
Here it is.
New sections, as we mentioned earlier. Initially, there was
I'm rooting for
over
Shave. Come on.
different sections of this puzzle, leading to over a quadrillion combinations that could be possible. So I'm assuming no one's ever seen the same tower twice. Well, that got a lot bigger of a number now with a whole new array of challenges.
Shafe, though, is out in front here. And already building himself a commanding lead, but a fall back down. He'll catch himself, but that'll put him just a little bit further down. I believe Dudadud also fell too. So Shafe, despite his slip, still has the lead.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a couple falls here today, but thankfully, actually, Shafe had a pretty forgiving one. Did not hit an obstacle and felt almost on the same challenge he's on right there. So again, not losing a lot of time in the grand scheme of things.
Alright, but I'll sing the next song.
He's hot on the tails, though. You see him catching up already here.
And
I
as you
was
can see on the
skiing, you
sidebar there,
skiing
we
now,
see
but I'm
each
reading,
player's
I'm
positions in
reading,
the
I'm
race.
on
It
the
looks
way, I'm on the
very, very close.
rise.
They're just neck to neck.
Yeah, this is still anyone's game here. To say someone has a lead is just really, you know, the happen circumstance of a single jump here.
You see how close they are.
Oh boy, this
Oh
section
god,
is,
you gotta do something,
has
guys. Oh
procedure.
gosh.
Both players
Oh
are a little
gosh.
confused there as we see a fall from Shafe.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is going to be
We're in the
a rough one.
last,
Smile on his face.
like,
Good
15
support
minutes of this
against the
video.
bottom, knowing he might be joined by a friend shortly here. And there we go. That was a wild section. Even with observer cam, I'm not sure I understand how to progress through that one.
It is definitely challenging, and I'd almost like to just see if we could zoom out and just get some context how far they really have to go to get to the win here, because they're still only down in the second section. You look at that right side of your screen. There's, what, 8 more sections more that you have to compete through if you want to actually win this challenge.
Yeah, and a rough early fall here. Nerves starting to get to him a little bit here as one of the players takes a knockout from that little plasma beam there, and we are getting back to our challenge section here. We'll see if someone can get past it. This is going to be a big checkpoint. Oh, and a quick
No!
slip down and fall. Wow, this is some uncharacteristic play. I will see. We've seen a lot of practices in this game. It's usually an undefeated flying through of the tournament, but here, Nerves getting to him.
It is funny, we had so many of our players that said that obbies were their favorite, the game they had the most experience with. These are two of the players that, well, they've played Roblox for years. They definitely have experience in obbies. They didn't necessarily say it was one of their strengths, but that's where this entire tournament, off 7 games previous, will get decided on.
Yeah, it is a challenge. You've got to be an expert in just so many things to compete here. So again, all right, Dead is back in this challenge zone. I assume he's going to wait a little bit and try to figure this puzzle out before he progresses.
For the first time ever, the polls are looking very close. 52% of the viewers going for Dud and 48 going for Shafe.
Another little fall there from Dud, but again, he catches himself, a little bit of luck on his side there.
We'll see. And again, the stump right here. Can we get presses? I think I see it. They pop out of the corner there, and you got to catch that on the corner.
I can't even comprehend. My brain can't comprehend what's going on.
So it's definitely a last-second jump to the platform that's rotating
Okay.
out of the beam here. Oh, and he gets it. There we go.
There it is.
He's making the climb, slowly getting up higher. Oh, and there. Oh.
Another fall.
Oh.
Yeah, he's solving it though. So again, we're actually having to see people reason through some of these new challenges here. I think Dud might be getting there, but Shafe.
I mean, you
He's
see
hit
the
on that
motion.
beam.
Every time these guys fall, they're reacting, they're feeling the pressure. I think, honestly, more than even a battle against the obstacles, this is a battle about staying calm, staying focused under pressure, not rushing yourself, not letting that big timer at the top of the screen get the better of you.
Now, I can't be watching the time here. Just relax, just focus. Already we've seen this as a much slower competition here. There are puzzles to solve, and they need to spend some time. And I think this zone has been a major stuff.
Just relax. Easier said than done. My hands are soaked
Oh
in
my
sweat
gosh.
watching this.
Yeah, that was a rough miss jump. Again, Nerves really getting the best of him. Obviously, such a funny climax of this entire event as a single missed jump is going to result in a complete reset. And here we are, neck and neck.
Back to
Start.
the beginning. And you can't let seeing your opponent get the better of you. You don't want to rush anything. You don't want to make mistakes. One slip could be the difference, and there's a mistake. One of our players fell. Again.
And looking at the sidebar there, it looks like they've reached about, what, 20% of the entire tower so far?
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive tower ahead here, and we'll see if we see another round, but this could be it here.
Dudada is kind of in the lead, so he is holding on, but yeah, if Shafe manages to catch up in these next 2.5
The critical thing is only 2.5 minutes left in this round. So Shafe, this run could be his last opportunity to get ahead. He wants to be so careful with each of these jumps. I believe this is the obstacle that no one has made it through just yet. Here's his chance. Good jump. He stays up in it as Dudada is back down on the reset. And Shafe, I think he just fell.
I think we heard the oof. That means he's down. Oh, and there it goes again. Boy, it is a rough run for our players here. Not sure who actually got higher on that initial
I
climb.
believe they both lost at that same obstacle.
Yeah, this actually might come down to a replay then of who made it to a block or a frame higher than the other person, because this is gonna be rough.
Well, it looks like on the sidebar there, they do keep record of who reached the highest point, and so far, it is Dud.
Oh, okay, looks like he is leading. Good to know. Perhaps we'll have a redemption match.
Let's see if Shafe could maybe take his way up. Remember, if Dudada wins this, he resets the bracket, brings us to a do or die final round of of this very classic obby.
We're getting back to this section. Everyone's favorite.
I just want to watch Shafe here, see his reaction, because this is the make or break for him.
Okay.
He jumps up.
Clear this.
He's making it deeper through this obstacle, but it's a challenge to even figure out how you want to move in this one.
Oh, and just like that,
He
Shafe
fell.
has
He fell.
cleared it. This has been the backbreaker with a
Is
minute
this it?
left.
A minute and a half. Da-da-da has to rally back
Wow.
and make it ahead of his opponent, because right now, Shafe, he
Oh.
has this in the bag.
Oh, he's still going.
And he
Oh,
hasn't
man.
stopped just yet. Da-da-da is on a reset. He's back down in the blue zone.
I think Shafe has time to just stop here and end it all, but he's still going.
But remember, the highest point he makes is what the game remembers. And if he keeps
Wow.
going, it might just be over.
Wow. 50 seconds. Is that enough time to catch up?
Shafe, the player who flew all the way from New York, he had a job offer on the line. He was ready for his orientation for that opportunity. And if we can watch Da-da-da, this is his last chance, his last run to try and beat him out. Shafe made his sacrifices, but he was the undefeated player through our rounds to work into this one.
Oh boy, all eyes on the man in blue here. Da-da-da, his round to lose. Where's he at here? This is the moment.
He's made it up to the yellow. It's
Oh, he
hit.
cleared it.
Can he
Da-da-da
do this?
is
20
actually above it.
It's possible.
He needs
It's
to
possible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's done. He's done. He's done. He's done for.
Hands off keyboard. I
Oh,
cannot
man.
believe the pain.
He knows it's over.
Oh,
And
the
at
final
this point-
countdown, folks.
A victory lap
Wow.
on Shafe. He holds
4,
his position
3,
up high.
2,
And Shafe,
1.
he's the
This is
champion
it.
of the
There he goes. Shane won. He's the champion. He's the champion.
All right, folks. We officially have it. Shafe, my friend, you're still standing. An incredible run here. Well, we've got a little gift for you. Hopefully, this will ease your nerves here. Something a little exciting here. This will be your prize. So, Shafe, congratulations. I still can't believe it. This has been a fierce, fierce competition. A shout out to everyone. We thought we'd bring some friends out along the way. All 10 contestants are here. The skill, the smarts, the determination to make it here. It's been an incredible journey. Congratulations to everyone. But here, let's take a big shout out again to Da-da-da. He had an incredible journey there. That last jump, a painful fall in the last 10 seconds. But hey, it's time to celebrate everyone who competed in the Mega Championship for the hunt. This was huge. You saw puzzles, tokens, looks, fought battles, outraced foes, conquered obbies, won shooters, earning you the right to be called the best. And of course, earning you the grand prize. Shafe, this one yours. Congratulations on $1 million richer. You did it, my friend. All right, what are you feeling? How do you feel? Anything to say?
Oh my god, ecstatic, kind of all over the place. God, you did amazing. Oh my god, I was so nervous when you got to the, what was it, the yellow one? Oh, but I'm so glad that everyone's here. It was awesome. This event was awesome.
All right, my friend, any shout outs, any thank yous you want to give to the folks at home?
Shout out to Gagard. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to Cobb. Shout out to Olympics. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. All right, my friend, what are you going to do? What are you going to buy first with $1 million?
Honestly, I'm gonna help my parents. They're having it rough right now.
All right.
So, gonna help them save for a house.
All right.
Figure out the rest from there.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Wonderful stuff. An awesome person deserving of wonderful things. Shafe, congratulations again. That was incredible. I know if I had $1 million, I'd spend that fully on floss. Why? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. All right, my friends. This is it. We've done it. We've had an incredible show with an incredible crew. And my friends, I'd like to say a few thank yous. We've got someone $1 million richer than the rest of us. Well, we've got $1 million worth of a rich experience. And that's all the award we need. But hey, maybe some thank yous would suffice. I want to say thank you again to the amazing co-hosts I had. Mimi, new to the Roblox universe. Where's my camera shot? There it is. Mimi, hello. Oh, yes, welcome. I don't know. We're shaking hands now. Thank you again. And you, of course, Grace, you already know. And you, thanks again for all your work here, my co-hosts. You can even have a handshake. We're giving those away for free. Again, a huge thank you to Sabrina and Teach the Gamer. Fantastic commentary for saving us in the green room. Some wonderful stuff, hanging out with some cool folks. We couldn't have done it without you all. But really, the key here is all the incredible contestants who compete competed in an insane competition with millions and millions of folks and everyone who participated in the hunt. This was a massive community event, one of the biggest events we've ever had on the platform, actually. It was huge. It was absolutely incredible to see you all compete, and all leading to this moment. Again, I want to give an amazing shout out to the whole crew that makes this possible. You might not see it at home, but there are a lot of folks behind a lot of fun cameras and a lot of important switchers making this whole show come alive. So thank you all to the crew. It has been amazing. I want to give a big thank you to the talented creators. That's right, the folks who updated these games, the 25 hunt participants. Again, Roblox is nothing without its creators. Y'all developers make this stuff magic. I know almost each and every one of you who helped with these games personally, and it's been an incredible run. Thank you for all the gifts, all the additional work of updates that you have provided us, including that surprise Tower of Hell one for our folks at the end here. Again, incredible stuff. All right, well, thank you for always being insightful, entertaining, to our live streaming content creators who joined us, some special guests. But folks, the most important person of all to thank, and that's not me like you may think. It's you at home watching. All of you, again, appreciate you tuning into the end. An amazing journey. Roblox is possible because of all the folks here, all the magic, the folks at home. Again, I can't say enough. But hey, I'm tired of talking here. It's
Well,
time to
I'm out.
celebrate.
Hello, guys. I'm kidding. Wait till the end. Wait till the end. We got like a couple more minutes left.
Here to say, we'll see you all next time. This has been a show.
W event, W event, W event. W event, W event. What do y'all think, guys? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Oh, what the heck? What y'all think, my boys? And girls, whatever. What y'all think about the event? What y'all think? Honestly, W event, W event. Great way to end it up on the event. Loved it, loved it. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like to subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time. Peace, you guys. Peace, out, guys. Have an awesome day. And oh, just in time. My older brother just came home from dinner after like I think 7 hours. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I saw something on this guy on Twitter. He deleted it, but this thing right here. I hope he jumps off and don't look, buddy. Don't. I will say I'm glad he deleted the tweet. I'm glad he deleted the tweet. Hopefully he did. But like, don't. Even if you're joking, man, don't say that. If you want to say, look, all you know start with the K. Like this one start with the K, the other one start with the Y. So, but yeah, we're wrapping up here. We're wrapping it up. We're ending here. So, yeah, thanks for watching. We're ended here. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe for new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Have an awesome day. This was definitely a W event. W event. Definitely in the top 3 best Roblox events of all time. And I loved it. I'll never remember this event. I'll remember this event. But the one thing I won't remember is this tweet, because this guy, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're dumb.